we move. Um, right. So we're talking about building an integrated network. What we've seen and heard today is very exciting. I mean, we essentially saw people who are the industry movers and shakers here. All boardroom talks, right? We've heard the CEOs speak, and very heartening for me is that everyone's been speaking of supply chain. Everyone's been talking about how supply chain is helping their business, how supply chain is helping their business grow. So what is supply chain? It's everything which moves right from source to destination. Right. So just quickly talking about what really makes sense in this industry, the ingredients to success. You either set a trend or you ride a trend. You create brand value. Obviously, your food's got to be good, so it has got to delight the customer so they keep coming back. And you build value perception, right? So all of this, very, very key ingredients in any business, more so in your in your industry. The challenges that we face in the food supply chain or in the food industry, you got to buy it right. So the procurement efficiency needs to be good. You've got to control your costs. We've heard that from all the entrepreneurs here. You've got to have good management of your inventory. So stuff that you want to sell, you're running promotions on, it should be there, on the shelves so that you could dish it out to your customers. Obviously, you've got to increase your sales, and you've got to maintain very strong quality, right, so that your customers keep coming back. The habits or the trends in the food industry, which in turn have a supply chain connotation. So dining habits are changing, convenience is becoming an important factor, and demographics. We just, we're coming off of a session which talks about millennials. So demographics is having a huge impact in the way you're doing your business and the way supply chain is run. Right. So how does it all matter? So people are talking, more concerned about health. If you're talking of health food and food which is, salmon which is coming from Norway or from Sweden or from anywhere else, you want to make sure that the food travels the least amount of time, and when it travels in the most pristine form. Right? You get the right vendors. People are talking about veganism. People are talking about gluten-free. So making sure the label is right. So when someone's buying a vegan product, it gets labeled correctly so that it gets identified and gets consumed in the right manner. Right? So, and then we're talking about, sourcing, and we're talking about ethical sourcing. So again, the integrity across the supply chain, right from source to destination. If I want to make sure that the product I'm selling and I'm saying it's ethically sourced, can I exhibit and can I prove beyond any, iota of doubt that it has followed all the right paths, it comes from the right place, sourced in the right manner, stored in the right manner, and delivered in the right manner, right? Then the other factor is convenience. Everyone's talking about, food is good, but then there are times I want it fast. The factors affecting convenience, you're doing well, you're branching out, your restaurant's getting popular. The more the number of places you have outlets to sell, more the cost you need to manage. So keeping cost in control. Online and dining in. So right now we see all these formats which are allowing more and more restaurants go online, and people are buying it from the comfort of their homes. How do you manage all of that? It's again a supply chain challenge. Where do you can have distribution points and channels which could be a full service restaurant, or it could be a dark store. I heard a very interesting concept called a cloud restaurant. I never heard of that before. So new idea. So a cloud restaurant is probably a floating restaurant, which essentially means it's only a kitchen somewhere and you're delivering from there to customers. So all that is supply chain, right? All that is making sure that stuff is things are kept in a place in a good manner and delivered to end customers, right? And obviously with the right kind of packaging. Then demographics, I think we've heard enough. You keep modifying the menu in your restaurants, which means that there's a huge churn. You're running a limited time offer, which means during that offer period you should never stock out. So there is a huge amount of vibrancy in the entire supply chain. Get stuff in. You could be setting up a restaurant in Guwahati. Stuff has to be delivered from Bangalore. How do you do it, right? So that's kind of basics. Just wanted to put it all together through a case study. So talking a little bit about what we do and one of our largest customers. So we are a part of the Coffee Day group. So your familiar neighborhood cafe coffee days, multiple formats of cafe coffee days. We are a company owned by Cafe Day Enterprises. Amongst multiple interests which Coffee Day has, hospitality. There are about 4 high-end resorts, about 2,200 odd CCDs and formats of CCDs. And we are the logistics arm of Coffee Day. And we essentially do that. We move everything from bean to cup. What do we do for restaurants? What do we do for someone like a Coffee Day and multiple other restaurants? I'll probably speak a little bit about Coffee Day. We digitize the whole logistics. So every time what's available at your place, what's available at the back room, what's selling. So inventory is well managed. Accuracy, so what needs to go out to the restaurants at the right time goes out in the right manner. If lettuce is to be delivered at less than 15 degrees and ice creams to be delivered at minus 20, and something else has to be delivered in between 15 to 25. All of that is managed by us. Delivery in the right form, right time. Obviously, we heard about costs being important. You're setting up a new restaurant. You're running an existing business. You've got to make sure that everything is managed well within costs, and we help you do that. And the whole track and trace, quality and hygiene. So making sure that you are able to see where how your stuff is moving, and taking care of compliances and all of that in the background. FSSAI, food quality, all of that is what we do. Quickly about the Coffee Day Group, we service about 2,200 odd cafes and 50,000 plus points of presence in form of vending machines. So there's equipment, there is consumables, there is milk, all of that which you consume, everything is moved by us, including. So everything that you see on the screen here is moved by us, right? So there'll be desserts which move in our cold chain trucks. There's non-cold chain material. There's merchandise items. Even for the fact that the kiosks that you see and the whole cafe furniture, everything is what we move. It's all moved in a project manner. So you're setting up a restaurant in Guwahati, setting up something in Andaman. We know in advance, we plan for it, and we get it delivered before the chefs come in. Right? So this is all very nice. This is what it looks like when you walk into a restaurant. We are behind the scenes guys, and this is what it looks like in our warehouses. Right? So making sure all these boxes go to the right places, labeled in the right manner, unpacked correctly, furniture brought out, equipment assembled. That's what we do. And the huge amount of special logistics we deliver to malls, SEZs, airports. We heard about GST and e-way bills. All of that seamlessly integrated for our customers. We run events on behalf of our customers like the IPL and ISLs. So going there, delivering, when the event finishes, come back. So we've done 7 new promo launches across the country, 13 selective city launches, an average promotion time of 7 to 21 days, which means during those days, everything has to be right for the promo to work. And most important is reverse. So you want to move from one location to the other. Typically in QSRs, they usually change locations, pulling it all back. All the furniture, all the fixtures, because they could be used somewhere else. That's what we do. Right, so that in a nutshell is how supply chain helps this industry, putting it all together, generating value. Presence all across the country. So we do serve our customers in about 1,200 cities across the country, and adding more and more locations as we move forward. So we are absolutely delighted to be in this event because we hear all the right things. We know we've built a full service stack for your industry. We'll be around, so feel free to reach out to us. Appreciate your patience. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Malakar. Please stay back as we would like to thank you. I request Ms. Nusra from Restaurant India to please join us on stage and present a token of respect to Mr. Amit Malakar. Thank you so much, sir, for taking